Merci. Merci. Do you have any more questions?
I don't see any.
Okay.
Wait,
we have
no.
two more. Just wait.
See, it just takes a little time. Coming around. Hang on.
He's going to want to use.
So it's the first time I've seen you.
I'm so sorry you had to witness this. I apologize. He will get a free refund. I swear. We will fix this problem.
I feel you guys actually don't know any songs, right?
No,
You just
not
make
at
them
all.
all-
We're actually a real band.
Take this man out of the festival.
Yeah.
Kick him out. He has found us out.
But we never get to do stuff like this. This is so fun. We've never done this before where we just make up songs based on questions. This is really cool.
We got one here.
Can you tell us about the process of composing the song about the highway crash?
About highway crash?
Highway crash. About the highway crash.
Oh, the highway crash.
So he's talking about a song I played earlier on the other stage. That's about a crash that I had, a car crash that I was in on the Highway 49. And
should we play it?
yeah, maybe we'll play it and then I'll talk
To
about
make
it
sense?
a little bit. Yeah, if you've already heard it, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. We're gonna play it.
So we lived in a
Girls' night.
It's girls' night, man. Joel and I. We lived in a short school bus that we retrofitted out to run on veggie oil and had a solar-powered stage on top.
They wouldn't let us have a full-size bus.
You got him.
They were like, let me see your driver's license.
Anyway, we had
Take a quick IQ test, and they did not let me have
We
it.
had this school bus, and we would travel all over playing. The idea was to drive all the way down to South America and play shows using free energy. And it was awesome. We would just roll up, pop our stage up, and we had plenty of solar power here in California. It was amazing. We lived in the bus, all of our instruments were in there. And then one day we were on our way down south. From here, we left Grass Valley, and we were on the 49 on a two-lane part of the highway where every couple miles a passing lane will open, and then these two cars were coming the opposite way of us were fighting over the lane as it was merging, and then they crashed into each other, and then they came into our lane and hit us head on.
Gnarly.
Joel was in the driver's seat, so he got one of the worst injured. He had one of the worst injuries, and our friend Hannah, who was also here, she's back there in the
Make
red.
some
Y'all
noise
give
for
it up
Hannah, guys. Make some noise for Hannah.
She was also in the van with us and taken away in a helicopter, and we all survived. But I guess
So yeah, we'll play the song and then I'll tell you a little bit about the process. Yeah. So it's just a collection of phrases that people said to me from the first responder, the first guy that showed up to the wreck, which was this really sweet cop, and then some medics and some helicopter medics, and then the people at the hospital, nurses, and the surgeons. And yeah, here we go. Help is on the way. A helicopter's coming for you. Won't you sit and stay with me a little longer? And tell me what's your name? Where were you headed today before you had to stay with me a little longer? Pit stop on the Highway 49. So then the medics showed up and they said, we gotta move you around a little bit. This is gonna hurt. They said it like this. This is gonna hurt. We have to move you around just a bit so you can fit inside the helicopter. And it did hurt. I was in hellacious pain. And I was inside the helicopter at this point, and I was like, hey, let me get some of them sweet, high-quality, high-altitude helicopter drugs from you guys to fight this hellacious pain that's surging through my body. And they so kindly said to me, You can't have no drugs yet, 'cause you might just fall asleep and never wake back up. So wait a little longer till we get some blood inside your veins. And I was like, all right, that's a good explanation as to why I can't have any drugs right now. So this is the sound of them putting blood in my veins. It goes like this. Now I'm at the hospital and they have to ask you if you're okay with doing the surgery and being under anesthesia. But they had a sense of humor. They said, sign your life away. They say that it would be okay that we put you under and start the operation. I was like, go for it, guys. I'm already here. I'm literally dying. Yes. They said, count to 10 for me. I never made it past 3 before I passed out. And they start the operation. 10 hours to put me back together. And this is the sound of the surgery. Help is on the way. A helicopter's coming for you. Won't you sit and stay with me a little longer? Pit stop on the Highway 49. Thank you. It's just my life. This is my mortality.
Did you come up with so you were thinking about all the stuff people said to you, and a lot of the lyrics are just phrases that people said.
Yeah.
And you were just kind of came up with the riff or the music?
Yeah, I think it started out with I was going. So I had the riff first, and I had the melody, and I was just singing stuff to it. And I did "Help is on the way," and I remembered, oh, that's what that guy said to me. That was like the first thing he said to me. So then I just decided to use that as my prompt, like my first inspiration of the lyric was like the prompt for the rest of the song. And the rest of the song was pretty easy to write because it was just me recollecting the experience and remembering what people said to me. And I'm pretty sure I didn't make up the part where they said sign your life away. I'm pretty sure they said that. They were being funny because they were like, oh, you gotta sign this. And yeah, so that's how I wrote it. Yeah, it started with the riff, and then came up with a one lyric, and then that lyric inspired the rest of the song. So there we go.
Okay.
Great question. Give her some claps. That was a
Got a
wonderful
couple of questions.
Or him. That was a man. I apologize. I don't know. Actually, I'm about to get canceled. That person. Give them some love. Come on, clap. Close call.
How did you meet and how did you start performing together?
Take her away, Anna.
We met in college.
Well, I wasn't in college yet.
Joel was in high school and I was in college. We're both from Arkansas, but from different towns. He's from outside of Little Rock, and I'm from the Ozarks, and it's like 3 hours away. And when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I was singing in a jazz trio on the weekends with this
All of me, why not take all?
with this sweet man named Gus, who was like in his 70s, and it was great. But then when I moved to college, I moved 3 hours away, and I couldn't. He was a jazz guitarist, and I didn't really play much guitar then, and I certainly wasn't playing jazz chords, and so I was just like, I moved to college, and I didn't know any musicians, and but I really wanted to meet someone my age that could play like old jazz songs. And then I was at college, I was asking around, I couldn't find any musicians, but then people kept saying, you should meet Joel, he can play all these songs that you want to play. And I was like, who is this guy? But he was a year younger than me.
Someone showed him a picture, showed her a
school.
picture of me.
So they showed me a picture on Facebook, and I thought,
This guy's got issues.
I just saw a picture, and he was just like this.
I do this thing when I'm playing guitar.
Like, it was a music face. Anyway, I didn't understand. I was like, is this dude, what's up with this guy? But he was still in high school. He was still in the 12th grade, and because he's from that town where the college is, so he was still in high school, and I was in my first year in college. And I'm like, I'm not gonna hang out with some high schooler. It's weird. And anyway, after my freshman year, it was like he was in a rock and roll band with a bunch of people that I'd met in college, and I ended up at this party at this band house after it was like right after my freshman year, and people have been telling me about him for months to the point where it was annoying me. They're like, do you know Joel? And I'm like, no, and I don't care. Like it's annoying to hear about someone all the time and you like don't know them and there's no plan. I don't know, didn't care. Anyway, apparently people have been telling him about me too. And then one day I was at this party and he walks through the door he would just play classical guitar and walk around town like that all the time. That's how he would get around. He would just be walking and playing guitar, drooling on himself. And he walked in the door with a guitar playing, and then my friend was like, oh my God, Anna, this is Joel. And then he like didn't stop playing to like meet me. He was like, sing something, and then he just kept playing, and then I just started scatting to it. It was probably like something like this. Da 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 da
Jesus.
And then all the people that were in that room clapped, like you guys were clapping. And it was this really cool moment, and I put my hand out to be like, hey, and I said, hey, I'm Anna. And then he kissed my hand. And my boyfriend at the time got so jealous and mad
I'm a dog.
that he didn't speak to me for the rest of the night.
That was Southern Joel back then. Come on, man.
And then we became
Lady.
friends, and we started playing music together all the time. And yeah, we were teenagers, and we've been playing music together ever since.
Like it was just yesterday.
That's how we met. So yeah, I guess our first moments meeting were just completely music. There was no high or anything. It was just straight into music. So that was pretty cool. It's a good foreshadowing.
So I think we could go on all night.
Yeah.
But let's do it off stage. Could you sing us out with something?
Yeah, well, let's do that song. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what it is. Okay, I don't have my bass, but I'll just sing it.
It was Bessie Smith. I remember playing this song last time, and this is a cool thing about Bessie Smith. A cool fact about her life, maybe not cool but interesting, is she was one of the most prolific and well-known blues singers of her time, and Anna knows the story better than I do. How she died, yeah. It's a bummer story.
It's a bummer story.
She's gonna tell you.
I don't want to tell you.
It's a great story because it ends well with the Janice part.
Oh, I remember now. Oh my God, yes. Okay, really sad story. Bessie Smith was killed in a car accident. She probably wouldn't have died, but the ambulance wouldn't pick her up because she was black.
It was a white-only ambulance that showed up, and they're like, "Oh, can't deal with this. Gotta go."
And so she died because she didn't get medical help for hours until a black ambulance could come. And she was poor, and so her family couldn't afford a gravestone. But then when Janis Joplin got rich, she was like, I'm buying Bessie Smith a gravestone. I'm buying her the nicest gravestone that there is. So Janis Joplin bought Bessie Smith's gravestone years later.
So now that you're bummed,
I'm sorry, it's a bummer story, I know. Sorry. I want a little sugar in my bowl. I want a little sweetness down in my soul. I could stand some loving, oh so bad. I feel so funny, I feel so sad. I want a little steam on my clothes. Maybe I can fix things up so they'll go. What's the matter, Daddy? Come on, save my soul. Pour a little sugar in my bowl. I ain't fooling, no. Pour a little sugar in my bowl.
Tommy.
In my bowl, I want a little hot dog in my roll.
Little hot dog, that's why she's with me.
You've been acting strange, I've been told. Soothe me, I want some sugar in my bowl. I want some sugar in my bowl. I ain't fooling, no. Pour a little sugar in my bowl. Thank you guys so much. That song that Bessie Smith on Sugar in My Bowl.